This is another one of those glass stone pendants, and if you can see behind it, it's actually got some gold leafing done and some crackle effect on behind the stone. And then it's supposed to be like a lava, faux lava, kind of around the edge, and kind of tried to make this look like fire or something. I don't know. This is one of the first ones I did actually with the glass stones. And there's two of the matching beads that go with it. I love this one. The faux jade. The panda that I drew on the little ivory behind the stone there, and all those glass stones. So I'll show you kind of the dimension there. Back. Showed you that one. And just another, this is to go on like a keychain. Just a disc of the glitter stone. Actually, I don't know how well you can tell. In person, it's just amazing. Another piece that's got the resin, the UV resin on the surface, and some of the more of that Martha Stewart leaf glitter. Tree of Life, I just sketched that with the Prismacolors on the clay after I baked it on this one. Another one of my favorite pieces with the pearl stone. It's supposed to look like a faux piece of abalone or something to that effect. A fake freshwater pearl on the bottom and some shells and stuff, detail around it. Another piece of travel art shark. And then the same thing, a faux tooth with some travel art on the top. And I'm not sure how well you can see the graining and stuff in the tooth. It really turned out sweet. Alright, what else do I got right here that's already out? This was just a piece I was just playing around with my metal knitting needle, doing some impressions there, and came out with a snowflake. Just on a piece of cording, it doesn't have an end or anything on it yet. This is a piece of that with the magic gloss, the Lisa Pavelka's magic gloss, and I actually just took some painter's tape after I did the polymer clay frame. I backed it with some painter's tape, some blue painter's tape, and I poured that gloss in there. And you know, Texas Sunshine, this stuff cures in like 5 minutes, and that's not an exaggeration. It's just got some black microfine glitter, black and silver microfine glitter in it. And then that's a vintage dangle. I mean, that's a really my stash, old vintage acrylic dangle. So I love that piece. And here's another piece of that magic gloss. And the scorpion, I have a severe fear of scorpions. If I see one, I just almost freeze up. It's like people do with snakes and stuff. But this, I actually made this little scorpion out of polymer clay, trying to help myself get over it a little bit. And then I made a mold of it, so this is from the mold actually. And if you can, I don't know if you can tell that he's actually three-dimensional, embedded in there in that gloss with some of the magic gloss around him, and then a piece of the pearl stone behind him. And then I saved my favorite piece. This is the last one that I actually have out of the bag sitting here. I absolutely love this honey-colored amber pearl stone. Love it! And the little flowers on the frame, and then it's got a little bumblebee and a hive dangling from it. And then the last thing I have out sitting here, and there's another one that goes with it. Here we go. These are the magic gloss done on, let's see, I just did them on a piece of silicone, like a glue mat. I have a little bitty tiny one that I just cut a couple of pieces off of and made shapes. And then I put that magic gloss over it. There we go, now you can see. And then it's got one of those water tattoos embedded in it. And this one has me having fumble fingers. This one has a fairy in it. The flower that she's flying over. And they're just that magic gloss, that Lisa Pavelka's magic gloss. I love the stuff. It's not cheap, but it's fun. And then I have some that I've got that I didn't take out of the bags because for one reason or another they have beads or something with them, so I just didn't want to separate them. This is another one of those that I had the little brass mold, and I embedded it in the background first and then did a little whitewash. Then made the mold and stuck it on there. This one I am going to pull out just because this one has an excellent, the background, I don't know if I'll be able to get y'all to see it, but there we go. The pearl in the background, that's in layers the way that it's made, so when the sun hits it just right, alright, and then I'll show you the back where you can see it actually just a little bit better. There we go. The way that iridescence will just catch the light. Oh, so pretty. Alright, my memory card's full again. I'll come back with the last bit in just a minute. So, stay tuned if you want to see more. If you don't, I totally understand. Alright, I'll be back with the last part in just a minute. Okay, this last part may be, as Steph would call it, a hot mess video, but I've saved these to last because most of them have beads that I didn't want to take out, companion beads, so to speak. Okay, a tiki head that I did with some vintage glass rhinestone eyes that came out of my stash bin. Another faux jade piece. It also has some companion beads. This piece is a piece that I took a mold off of a piece of cactus skeleton, you know what I'm saying? And then it's got a piece of the pearl stone in the center. And this piece is called Desert Sands. And it's got quite a few different companion beads. This is one of the glitter stones. Really, really hot pink. And then it's got a little flower bud at the bottom dangling off. And it just has matching glitter beads to go with it. Here's another one of the scorpions I did. This one is actually embedded in the... It has a piece of transparent clay at the back that the scorpion is sitting on, and then he's embedded in the transparent liquid clay with a little bit of mica powders inside also. This was just an experiment piece. Turned out alright. And that one doesn't have any beads with it. This one is a sun cameo. With a piece of the sunstone hanging from it. And that one just has two little beads with. This piece is a completed necklace. It's got the pearl beads, pearl stone beads. It's a mica shift background there. And this is one of those brass molds that came with that friendly plastic. And now I've seen it as a pendant. I've seen it in lots of different metal charms, but this one is literally just a hollow brass mold. So, oh, I'm sorry. And then that one has some earrings that actually go with. Cute. Flaming dragon. And this is another one of those water-soluble tattoos. And actually when I did it, the tattoo itself didn't transfer completely. So I just went back with my Prismacolors and touched it in with the red before I gave up on it altogether. And I like the way it turned out. So it's sitting on a piece of the faux ivory, and then on a piece of red, and then on a piece of black. And one of its beads is stuck to the back. Lovely. And it's got some little faux jet discs, some little red cinnabar pieces, and then some little faux ivory pieces as well. That all go with that one. Getting down to the end now. This piece, which I absolutely love, is the companion stone to that Roman piece with the laurel leaf border around it that I showed in the first video. A little great cluster dangle. And I made this to go with these earrings that were in that jewelry box that I was talking about that my husband found in a dumpster. Well, these pieces were in there, and I don't know what they came off of, whether it was a bracelet, a pendant, a pair of earrings, what. But I put ear hooks on them and made them earrings. And they're super light. They feel like they could be polymer clay. I'm not sure exactly what they're made out of. So I put a little iridescent finish on them so that they would match the piece that I made to go with. So there those are. Sorry about my arm being in the way. This is one of my absolutely favorite pieces. It's got a little faux arrowhead at the bottom. But if I can get the camera just right, to me it looks like the image of a warrior in the middle of that stone. So that's what I call this piece, the Spirit Warrior. So one of my absolutely favorite pieces. And it's got these little spiral beads that go with. Alright, looks like two more maybe three. Alright. Black snake with a red glitter stone in the middle. And it's got the dangle on the back as well. Alright, let me see if I can get this last little bit in super quick. Another one with the snake pendants with the glitter stone in there. And a beautiful copper and amber color. It's got some beads that go with it. And this one's actually a Texas Rattler. Two more really quick. This one's called the Hunter's Blade. Really pleased with this one. I actually hand chipped the blade myself. Thought it turned out really good looking. Thin and everything, just like a real piece. Love it. And then last but not least, another one of my favorite pieces. It's a Celtic cross. Gorgeous glitter stone in the middle. Okay, super quick. It's going to cut me off again, and I don't want to do another part. So So this is the corresponding beads that go with that. Thanks everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed. See y'all next time. Bye now.